Ready to roll. We're back in action. It's 28th today. Took a little break over the holidays. But we're gonna get back out here and do some late muzzleloader tonight. We had some snow come through yesterday, and then it was followed up by rain, so it all actually just melted already. But temps are finally a little bit cooler. They're still not where we'd like to see them this time of year, but we're gonna try and make the best of it. So I'll take one to see if we're still on here.
Am I good to run this target out there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We just got set up here. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's very, very windy out. I was not anticipating it to be this windy tonight, especially in this spot. We're kind of in a lower spot in this field. We got timber to the north, and I thought with this hill and this wind, it was gonna kind of keep things blocked down in this low spot tonight. And it's definitely not the case. It's ripping right down through the gut of this draw. But we're sitting over food plot tonight. We're after a buck we call B-dubs. We had pictures of him here 2 nights ago, a couple hours after dark. We know he uses this east end of the property to bed. It's kind of one of his key bedding areas, but we also get a lot of pictures of him heading up to the north to bed in the mornings too. So I think he kind of splits his time up in between those, but I'm not really sure what to expect tonight with this overcast weather. We have some clear skies coming up in the forecast. It'd be nice to get some snow, but we don't see anything really coming up in the next 7 to 10 days. So this late muzzleloader weather that we've been having has just not been ideal. But we're gonna try to make the best of it, and hopefully we can run into B-dubs tonight and get a crack at them. It'd be nice down in that bottom, I guarantee you that. This evening's kind of winding down here. We got about 5 minutes probably left to shoot light here. Been a little bit slower at night than I was hoping, but kind of what I expected for sitting in this spot. We're just kind of not in the heart of this property here. We'll be back out here tomorrow afternoon if nothing happens in the next few minutes. Heading back out here tonight. It's Friday the 29th of December. We had a kind of a slow night last night. I was hoping to see a little bit more deer movement, but we had really cold, windy weather last night, and all we really had come out on the field in front of us was a doe and a few fawns. They kind of fed out in front of us for about 45 minutes to an hour in the corn and in the food plot a little bit, and then they ended up going up over the hill down to the bottom where we're actually going to head tonight. We're going to be overlooking this cut cornfield in the bottom of this creek bed, and that's where the majority of these deer have been coming out on the field. We just didn't want to go in there last night. Wanted to wait till the weather was a little bit better. We're just going to get out tonight, try and hunt this farm smart for B-dubs, try not to overpressure it. and hopefully we can run into them here in the next week or so. We just got set up here. It's a little bit before 3 o'clock. Kind of was in a hurry to get in here. We got out to the farm tonight, and just as I got out of the vehicle, I look off to the east of us, and the neighbors, there's a few guys that were getting ready to push the neighboring property. So we quick hauled in here and got in the stand, and they actually pushed it kind of like our direction towards us. Nothing come through yet, but they're heading north now. So kind of hoping maybe something might kick back our way or what, but kind of sucks because most of the deer that we're hunting, I think we're kind of anticipating them coming from that direction. So I'm hoping that doesn't screw us up tonight, but it's quite a bit warmer tonight. Temps are in the low 40s, hardly any wind out, clear skies, which is at least that's a positive of all this, is that we got clear skies. We got a northwest wind tonight. It's the first day in like 4 or 5 days where the sun's been out, so I'm hoping that'll maybe get some deer up and moving tonight. But we haven't had pictures of B-dubs now since the 26th, so it's been a few days. I'm not really sure where he's at, but hopefully he makes his way back in here eventually. We got about 15 minutes of shooting light left here. It's actually been a better night than I thought it would be. After those guys came through, they drove the neighboring property to the northeast of us. And it must have pushed a bunch of these deer up to the northwest, because all the deer tonight have been coming out down in this corner. We haven't had I don't think we've had a single deer come from the east of us. But it's been all just does and fawns. We just had a few of a doe with 2 button bucks come walking right past the stand here at about 30 yards. It's good to see that there's some deer still hanging in here. Hopefully we can run into this big one eventually. Tends to feel a little bit more like late season hunting, at least tonight. We just got set up tonight here. It is the evening of the 30th. We're sitting a piece of public tonight, actually a spot that Ross killed a Chumbawamba here about a month or so ago. It's warm tonight. It was actually cool throughout the night last night. We had a really heavy frost. Had a lot of deer actually on camp moving, and a couple really solid bucks. But this morning, temps were probably in the 30s. It's warmed up quite a bit since then. Sun's out. It should drop down a little bit tonight. But we got a major cold front. I shouldn't say major. We got a pretty good cold front in tomorrow. We got about a 10-degree temp drop. So I think tomorrow and New Year's Day are going to be probably our best bets to get something on the ground. But
shot here tonight. We know there's at least 2 or 3 solid bucks still on this piece of public that made it through the shotgun season, so we're just hoping one of them comes out here tonight and wants to feed out in this bean field. It's about 4:35 right now. We just had a doe and 2 fawns come out onto the bean field for a little while here. They fed out about 100 yards from us and then cut up and crossed the river behind us here. They kept looking up in the woods like there was going to be some more deer coming, but nothing's come back out yet. But the sun just went down here. We still probably have a little over a half hour shooting light left here, so temps are starting to cool off. Hopefully something makes its way out here soon, but that's a good sign. At least some deer are up on their feet moving. We got about 10-15 minutes of shoot light left here. It's been a decent night. We've seen 5 does and fawns. Still not a single buck sighting for me yet this late season, which is kind of frustrating, to be honest. This weather, late season in Iowa, has just sucked. One of the worst I remember in quite a few years. I don't think we've had a daytime low below 25 degrees yet, so makes it very hard, even if hunting over food sources here like we have been, to get on deer when that's happening, but we're going to keep after it here. We got a cold front hitting here tomorrow into New Year's, so we'll probably try something different, maybe go after B-dubs again here in the next couple days, so we'll be back at it tomorrow. We just got in the stand here. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock. Brad dropped us off here. We're sitting a stand down in the bottom tonight. We're getting pretty aggressive here the next couple nights. This is like the best weather we have so far. This early muzz, this late muzz. But we're in here on the B-dubs farm tonight. Basically while we're sitting, we're in a ladder stand at night. We got a creek bottom right down through here. We got the main cornfield that we've been hunting the last few times to the east of me here. Got neighboring alfalfa to the north, corn to the east. So we're kind of sitting in like a transition point, but we can shoot both sides of this creek. Most of the pictures I've been getting of B-dubs, he's coming to and from through this creek bed or on one side or the other of it, so hopefully he makes a move tonight and we're in position to hopefully get a shot at him. They're a little out of range for me. We've had a pretty good night so far. We had, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 deer come out from the bottom here to the northwest of us about a half hour ago. And then we had about 5 deer come from the south of us up over the hill. There's 2 bucks in the group, young 1.5 and a busted up 2-year-old 8. That looks like a pretty promising deer, but it's a good sign. That's the first bucks we've seen all of late muzz, which is pretty mind-blowing in itself, but we still probably got half hour, 40 minutes of daylight, so still got a decent amount of time for something to happen, but we'll see.
Well, we ended up having our best night of the late season so far. We've seen probably somewhere around 15-ish deer tonight. We were a lot of deer kind of come and going off the field. Couple bucks, no shooters, but at least we've seen some bucks tonight. It was actually the first bucks we've laid eyes on all of late season down here. But it's pretty much was one of the cooler nights we've had so far of late muzz. So things are looking up. We got a good cold front. This pressure's supposed to be rising tonight into New Year's Day. So we're going to be back out tomorrow. Probably trying same spot, but we'll see what the cameras do throughout the night. Still no sign of B-dubs. It's been since December 26th, so about 5 days now since we've had a picture of him. Hoping he's still alive. I think he's still alive, if I had to guess, but we just really don't know where he's at this point. He was pretty regular end of November through the beginning part of December, and now he's been pretty sporadic. So I'm sure the warm weather hasn't really been helping either, but hopefully this cold snap here tomorrow, and looks like we might get one more cold front before the end of muzzleloader too with some snow. Hopefully one of those two produces for us. So we're going to keep at it though. Something's bound to happen here soon.